Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, I want to do something a little bit different that I've not done yet on this channel, and that is a hero spotlight. Basically, I want to talk about one specific champion in this video, and as you can tell from the thumbnail, is that champion is Hexandra. And honestly, the reason why I wanted to make the hero spotlight video first on Hexandra, it's because, well, everybody gets her for free, okay? She's the second hero that we get at the beginning of the game through the story, and she's actually one of the ones that are end game viable. She brings something really amazing with her kit because, well, because of the simpleness of it, but at the same time, that kit is really strong. So what I wanted to show you first is, as an example, you see my team over here that's, you know, a little bit towards the end game, even though there's no legendaries. This might be at a later video, because she still brings what I'm missing from this team, and that is the right amount of healing. Okay, so as you can see, I have the two best epics in the game, Voresh and Fururbas. I do have Yola, my adventurer, but then I also have Hexandra in the team. Well, the reason why she's in this team is because, as I mentioned in some of my previous videos, but maybe you have not seen them, specifically for the ancient battlefield, this is one of the battles where she shines, because she's one of the very few, if not actually one of the two heroes, if I recall correctly, that actually brings healing without any buffs. And that's the whole idea. Okay, I guess this time was some bad RNG, because I guess we died, but I'm using her because of that fact, because she does not bring any buffs on her heals. And when we're talking about the ancient battlefield specifically, well, having buffs is a no-no, because the more buffs you have, the more the boss will steal from you or actually dispel them, and then he's gonna gain more damage. So having somebody that brings you the utility that you need, such as Hexandra with her heals, come in this team, but also not, you know, make it difficult for you by bringing the buffs, makes her a viable endgame hero. Because, well, Ancient Battlefield is the hardest dungeon so far, unless they introduce something else, you know, from since the closed beta. She actually does an amazing job in this team, and the only other one that I can think of right now is the common, and that's Meredith, but she has a little bit lower cooldown, so she's really useful in this dungeon. I guess I'm just gonna back out, because it seems like, you know, this one is not perfect. It was a work in progress. I just recently started doing this stage, but even if you want to see, like, okay, is she actually used in this one? Well, let me just show you. We go over here to the lineup recommendation, and I think even if I click non-legendary, they might not see all of them, but guess what? Hexandra. You get the gist. You see her everywhere. So this is the ancient battlefield. Okay, let's say we move over to the heretical ruins. Okay, heretical ruins, another one where you get burns, you get hit, you know, lots of damage that comes in there. Well, let's see, do we see any ones with the non-legendaries? Let's see stage 7. Okay, nothing right here. Stage 6, I guess not too many people push type. Look at this. Hexandra. She's gonna come in most of the teams because she brings a good enough heal for a rare that makes her viable for most dungeons. If I move over to the Grave of Venom, for example, which is the #1 dungeons you should farm, well, guess what? You might not be surprised, but if we look at the lineups, again, Hexandra's gonna be in teams. Let's see if I find her even with the legendary ones. Okay, look at this. Hexandra just over here hiding behind me. If you look at the ones with the legendaries, well, again, you can see the Hexandra ones, even on lower stages. She's just amazing. Her heal is just awesome. That it brings everything that you need, and it can be used in every area of the game. Now, if we're talking about her, let's see, like, what are gonna be some good ideas of building her, and actually let's review her kit. First of all, so the ultimate heals all allies within range by 20% of the target's max HP. It's pretty straightforward. It's a simple heal, but has a massive area. So the area is really good of her heal. Oh yeah, and also has a cooldown of like 20. Just the more skill haste, the better. But we're gonna talk about that once we build. Then the battle skill heals an ally by 150% of attack and 1500 of enlightenment. But it also dispels one debuff from them. So if you think about it, in certain areas where you need to dispel debuffs for one target, this can come in really clutch. So if we're talking heretical ruins, flame domain, maybe even grave of rot, you know, a little bit of healing on a battle skill skill and dispelling of a debuff can come in really handy, especially because, you know, battle skills, they come back to it pretty fast. So in case, I don't know, some of the debuffs remain there, maybe you didn't block them, maybe you didn't resist them if you went with the resist, she comes in clutch because she can cleanse it. Then on her passive, she also gets boosted healing when healing allies below 40%, and it gets increased by 30%. That's quite a lot. And if you need a little bit of enlightenment, she brings an enlightenment in all battles. So that's her kit. Now let's talk about builds. Like, how would you build a Heksandra? What would you use her with? Well, the number one thing and the most important thing on somebody like a Heksandra, and I guess most supports in general, is give them as much skill haste as you can, because, well, let's check this out. Skill haste reduces the cooldown time of battle skills and ultimate skills. Okay, this is massive, because the faster she comes to her ultimate and her battle skill, the more she's gonna bring her healing, and that's gonna be amazing. So for example, right now the cooldown reduction is 11%. Okay, just because I have 59 skill haste. So the more I'm gonna have, the lower it's gonna be with the cooldown. Then when it comes to the runes, again, you're gonna look, because on the negative one, for example, you cannot get skill haste as a primary stat. Actually, you cannot get skill haste anywhere, but when it comes to the secondary stat, you're obviously gonna look for skill haste, like I said, and then maybe you're gonna look for some enlightenment and maybe some attack percent, or HP or defense percent, depends on how squishy you are. You know, if you see that user and maybe she dies too fast sometimes, you might need to give her more survivability. If not, go for skill haste substat, enlightenment, and then attack percent to boost your battle skill. And then when it comes to the main stat, well, I suggest you go for resistance, because like I said, more often than not, she's gonna be your specialist for ancient battlefield. She's gonna be the one that's gonna be furthest away, and you're gonna want to have high resistance on her. So main stat is gonna be resistance. Now when it comes to the positive rune, well, over here you can actually get enlightenment as the primary stat. So again, if you feel like she's a little bit too squishy and does not survive, go with HP or defense. But if not, if she's okay, she's built strong enough, go with enlightenment on the primary stat, and again on the substats, look for as much skill haste, attack percent, HP percent, defense percent, whatever else you're missing, to, you know, to just keep boosting your build. Now when it comes to the gear sets, well, there's quite a few gear sets that are helpful on her. For example, the first one that could be really good is if you get the Wrath of the Troll set. Okay, so the Troll set are pretty good because, well, it gives you attack percent, which boosts her battle skill, but also gives you skill haste. What did I say earlier? Skill haste is important. So you can go and build only, even if you just do the 2 set pieces, you don't have to go all 3 of them. You can just go 2 set pieces of this one and then complete the other 2 with something else. Or again, if you want to make her keep herself alive a little bit, you can even complete this set. You're gonna lose on some bad skill haste, but at least she's gonna gain healing by 40% of her attack. And because you're gonna build her with some attack from this set, and obviously you're gonna have attack that is gonna boost her battle skill, she's gonna keep herself alive by healing every time she does a basic attack. Okay, so that's one options when it comes to the offense sets. Any other one of the offense sets are not that good, or I would not recommend. Another option would be if we go over to the Grave of Rot, because I do not have actually any of those sets built yet, but if we look at the Grave of Rot, another set that you can use on her, even if it's like a full set or just complete, is going to be this one, the Brotherhood Spirit. Let me move myself here. So this one gives you accuracy and skill haste. You don't benefit for accuracy, but if you do not want to complete the Wrath of the Troll set and you just do one set of those ones, you're going to complete it with another legendary set, and that's going to be this one. That's going to give you more skill haste. Again, you're not going to get the accuracy. It is what it is. It's not going to help you with anything, but at least you get more skill haste. Or if you want to do something a little bit more niche, even though I do not recommend doing this, because you might do this on somebody who has a debuffer, you can complete a 3 set of the Brotherhood Spirit, and after every time she does the ultimate, she boosts everybody's attack by 15%. Again, I don't advise this. I would advise this going on your tank, for example, that, like if you have a Fruurbath or any other tank that maybe does some debuffs, you're going to need the accuracy, need the skill haste, so that's going to be better for them. But again, if you don't have somebody that you want to do this on, then Hexandra can be a good candidate. This one again could be interesting, but I would not recommend, because the resistance you can just get from main stat, so you would not go with this set. And then the last one, there is another good option. If we go over to the Grave of Curse, that could help you know, she could help your tank or basically your whole team tank some more is if we go to the Grave of Curse, she could be a good candidate for getting the Ancestral Protection, okay? She's gonna get more HP percent, more defense percent for herself, but then the 3 set piece is the wearer takes 15% of the damage that otherwise would be taken by all allies, while taking 15% less damage themselves. So it's basically like a protection set. She would, you know, she would be a little bit tankier herself, and she would take some of the damage of your allies, and then, you know, it's gonna help all your team do better. So yeah, this one I would not recommend, because, you know, just heals herself. She should be able to sustain herself pretty well. So yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about. I really wanted to make, like I said, a video, a hero spotlight on Hexandra, because even though she's rare, she's one of the best heroes in the game, and she has endgame viability. So if you build her early on, you know, if you get her and you hear other people say, oh, build Hexandra because she's gonna be good, if you were wondering before, now you know, because, you know, I made a video on it saying that she's good, and trust me, she's actually worth it. You're gonna need a ton of heroes built for later, because there's gonna be some other stuff opening later, but she's gonna carry you for most content, and again, she's gonna be a goddess for the ancient battlefield. But anyway, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do enjoy these kind of hero spotlight videos of, like, you know, showing you where they are helpful, what gear sets you should build on them, what to focus on these heroes, do leave it in the comments below. Leave some tips, or, you know, leave some ideas of heroes you might want to see, and yeah, I'm gonna go through them, and if I see that a name comes, you know, in question several times, I'm gonna make a hero spotlight on those ones. But I think the next one I'm gonna do a spotlight on is going to be my favorite epic in the game, and that's Yola, so keep an eye out for that. But anyway, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.